All right, chapter 9. So there were lots of interesting things in the text that I found, one of which was the topic of common space in the world, which all were pretty general with the outer space, the ocean type deal. And then it mentioned Antarctica, which I thought was interesting. It's the only place on Earth that is a continent that is shared. The other topic that it brought up was waste of electronics. So that's something very common these days. iPhones come out every year, every 6 months. Everyone upgrades. What do they do with their old phone? They either throw it away, keep it and then throw it away, or try and sell it, which someone might throw it away eventually. So I thought it was interesting how it brought up that with all the upgrading, because technology keeps getting upgraded, that there's a lot of electronics that never get recycled. It said about only 20% was recycled, which is not a lot with how many electronics that we have. So that's bad for the environment, that we're just trashing old electronics that no one wants and not reusing them or trying to recycle them at all. With the videos, the interesting one was the one about indoor pollutants, where it mentioned different things that are harmful to people that we are exposed to all the time, which the one that stuck out to me was the formaldehyde, which I didn't know was in insulation. I mean, I just bought a house that's filled with insulation. So it was interesting that that's a pollutant that we're exposed to all the time. And then makeup and hair products, which I know many women, myself included, use every day. So very interesting. I liked the bit at the end of that where it mentioned getting houseplants, because I'm not a plant person, but it says that they help filter the toxins in the air. So I might become a plant person in my house if they stay alive. I'm not very good at that. So, which brings us to the topic of deforestation in the Amazon, which I know during my lifetime, deforestation has been an issue I've heard a lot about with the Amazon, especially. It's so sad because, I've traveled to Australia where they have a rainforest there, and it is such a cool place. We took a train up to the top of this mountain in the middle of the rainforest. There's a village up there that they built. And then you take a gondola ride. Not gondola. Is it gondola? I think it's gondola. You take a gondola ride all the way back down. And in this gondola ride, it has stops at the different levels of the rainforest, and it teaches you about them, and it shows you what things are, and it's really cool to be above the treetops to see that massiveness of these prehistoric trees that have been here for hundreds of thousands of years. It was just a really cool experience. So the fact that they can't keep that area from being plowed down and farmed like everywhere else in the world. There's no safe spot for any forest, basically, aside from those small patches that they showed were the safe spots, which is in the middle of all the other places that are being torn down. So deforestation, not good for the environment, because the house plants that filter the toxins in the air in your home, they filter the air that's causing polluted air quality and possibly global warming. And then there's that video about the amount of waste that we have, not just in the landfills, but in the ocean, which I've heard of this before, and it's just shocking to see how much there is. That there's something twice the size of Texas, which is our second largest state, floating around in the ocean, harming wildlife, creating all sorts of havoc, So something that technology has not helped with yet, to figure out how to get rid of that. That's for sure. Technology is only adding to it with how fast we have things upgraded and how fast we get rid of things, especially since everyone wants to be minimalist these days. So that's my thought on that.